I'm Nikki, and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is the Young and the Restless edition. All right, guys, today is January the 20th, 2023. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to rate this one. eh, What do y'all think? 7.58? Is that too high? Y'all tell me in the comments. All right, but before we get started, I didn't do a review yesterday because honestly, mm-mm. But I do want to speak about Devon, and I am disappointed that they are not giving him his company back, that they want to buy his company for him. And I understand why he does not want to give up his company. That's the company that he and his dad built. And I feel like they are just pushing him towards Tucker. This is going to be a mess, but I'm going to be here for it because it looks like Tucker is going to get everything he wanted and then some. So we'll see, child. So, okay, let's go. So we see Chloe is there with Sally, and Sally is not feeling well at all. Like she is sick. And so Chloe was like, okay, I got you all these remedies, and Sally's just like, oh my gosh, who knew morning sickness was like that? Baby, morning sickness is not in the morning. You're gonna be feeling like that all day, honestly. And don't have heartburn with it, because baby, I would look at a picture of a spaghetti and I'd be like, oh my God. Honestly, um I lost weight in my pregnancy, and I never picked it back up. Well, I mean, I picked it up afterwards, but I never picked it back up. I think I only ended up gaining 7 or 8 pounds, but I had lost so much that was even below what I was when I first was having Mila. So it happens sometimes. But anyways, so she is just feeling awful, and Chloe is like, okay, we just got to get through this pitch. Don't worry, you're gonna feel a little bit better, but I got you. I'm a cover basis. You just need to pull it together for a little bit. And she was like, okay. And then Nick knocks in. Chloe's like, oh my gosh. So then Nick comes in and he tells Sally, I can't wish y'all good luck. I don't mean to be rude, but you don't look that great. And she said, and Chloe was like, oh, it's that stomach bug. My children have had it two, and their classmates have had it 2 or 3 times. And Nick said, yeah, Christian is the same way. Uh-huh. But then he says, so is that all this is? Like that, and Sally's like, oh, can you guys please just give me a few moments? And Chloe, of course, is trying to get him out, but she's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And so she says, take your ginger and all this. And I said, girl, you don't gave this girl everything you give a pregnant woman when she's trying to feel better. And she said, yeah, yeah, yeah. Just take your ginger, and you'll be fine. And so Chloe was like, come on, Nick. And he says, go ahead, Chloe, I'm gonna be on later. And Chloe was like, Sally. And Sally was like, it's fine. And so Nick just tells her, that's it, this is just a stomach bug. I've been through this before. And so she ends up having to tell him. She ends up having to tell him that, yes, I'm pregnant. I didn't want to say anything. He was like, why? She said, Chloe says I'm in denial, and she said everything's happening so fast. She don't really need this in her life right now, and she didn't think about being a mom, because y'all know she always rubbed it in Chelsea's face. All you got with him is a baby. That's all you got with him, girl. He just let y'all don't have a family, and you just got his baby. About Adam. So now here she is in the same predicament. And she tells Nick, she said, I already know what people think about him. He said, forget what everybody think about you. I like you. And I said, Nick, think about why she didn't tell you this. Because he said, why you didn't tell me? I said, think about why she didn't tell you, sir. You remember she slept with Adam? She don't know who the daddy is. She doesn't know who the father is of her child. Who's her child's father? And so he not thinking about that. He's just like, I'm excited. She said, I just need you to be in denial with me until I can get through all this. And he said, okay. And so then we go over here to Chance and Sharon. And she says, what's going on? And he says, it's something about, the whole Jeremy Stark thing. And she was like, yeah. And he said, something ain't sitting right with me. It's the same way it didn't sit right with me with the Newmans and everything. And she said, what is it? And so he starts telling her about it, and he was like, and why would he? And she's like, they both agree, why would he steal one piece of jewelry? He went there to rob the place, and he got one piece of jewelry. That doesn't even make sense. He did all of that. You went all the way to Chicago, went inside, got one piece of jewelry, left your reading glasses. You know, how did you get inside? There's, you know, how did all this happen? And she says, oh no. And so it makes him just be like, I don't want to do this anymore. You know, I want to do something different, but he doesn't know what he want to do. I said, well, who's gonna be the police officer around this juke joint if he leaves? Who? Like, come on, y'all. Y'all don't need to make this man have a career change. Who is going to be the police officer if this man leaves? Tell me. I don't know. So then we see Summer, Diane, Kyle and Jack, and they're talking and everything, and they're explaining what they did with Jeremy. And Kyle and Summer are not happy about this. They said, we're not happy about this because y'all changed the plans up, and Jeremy's very dangerous. And how do we know everything is gonna work out? How do we know he's not gonna get out? You don't know what kind of lawyers he has. You don't know anything. So what's wrong with y'all? Like, we don't, this isn't good news. Y'all want us to be happy, and you broke all kinds of laws, and you want us to be happy about this. And so Jack said, we had to do what we had to do, but Kyle and Summer are not happy about this. So they start putting on their coats because they're about to go to work. And then we see Nikki shows up, and Jack says, I called Nikki. And I said, you're covering your bases too much. Like, sometimes when you doing something, you got to just let it go, do your job, and then shut up. Why are you calling Nikki? So he called Nikki over, and Nikki comes in, and Jack is telling her, I heard about the robbery and all that. And she was like, yeah. And she said, how do you guys know about it? He said, we were there when Jeremy get arrested. And already Nikki is on alert, like, you were there, huh? And she says, oh, it's funny. He went all the way to Chicago. Why would he target me? And Diane won't shut up. Yes, it's funny how the man that you guys brought in is the one who ended up hitting up your place and all that. I'm like, Jack, you should have told your girl to be quiet. And so then we see that Summer and Kyle are just like, they looking at each other like, let's get out of here. And so they leave, and Nikki says, okay, I'll see you guys later. So then they go to work, right? And at Abbott Jabot, Adam and Victor are there because Victor comes in and he says he's there to see Kyle. And Adam is just like, no, you're not. You are here to see Kyle, but it's about me. And he says, no, it's about Harrison and everything that's going on with him. It has nothing to do with you, Adam. But Adam doesn't believe it. He says, you're trying to get me to leave Jabot. Baby, when Victor told Adam, you're happy selling lipstick and perfume, I said, don't knock that company like that, Victor. Baby, he said, this mess is beneath you. This beneath you. I said, it gotta be something, because they could have got Jeremy Stark out of town if you had offered him some Victor Newman money. What is it worth? To Jack, it was $1 million. That wasn't enough money to be offering somebody to get out of town. What do you want? What do you want? All right, guys, sorry. So that wasn't enough money to be offering that man to get out of town. But he said, well, that's all I was willing to give. And so, anyways, so he offered. So Victor and Adam continue to talk, right? And at this time, Summer and Kyle come up. He says, oh, this is perfect. You two go in and have your meeting about me. And Summer and Kyle are like, I don't know what you're talking about. And she says, they're talking about a Valentine's Day surprise that Kyle wanted to do with me. Girl, if it was a surprise, why would you know about it? Shut up. Y'all can't lie. Lie better. So then we see Victor goes in with Kyle, and he he's talking to him, and I'm gonna cut to the chase. Victor says, you should have let your mama go, but you didn't, and I understand it since you did not understand it, because I can't let Adam go. And he says, so are you going to help me get him out of here or not? And Kyle doesn't want Adam there, so he said, yeah, I'm going to help you. But hypothetically speaking, if I help you, I need you to do something for me. And Victor said, what? Now, I don't know if we're going to find out what the what is, because y'all know how Young and the Restless don't tell you things. Like, the next time we'll come back, Kyle will be back talking to his mama, and we'll find out days later what he and Victor talked about. Y'all know how it goes. So then we see Summer and Adam talking, and he's like, he's gonna manipulate your husband. And Summer, for some reason, thinks she knows what Victor is wanting with Kyle, but I don't know if she thinks Kyle won't do it or what. But their marriage is supposed to hit a rough patch, so I don't know what's about to happen now. But he says he's going to manipulate your husband and do what he wants to do. I know you think he won't be like, he won't fall for it, but he is. And she says, Adam, you do a great nobody has to do anything to make you look bad in the company. You do a great job. So anyways, but what in the at the end of the day, what Victor wants to do is have Kyle make Adam have a huge mistake, and then Victor's gonna offer him redemption. I said, "Oh my God, you're so sick. That's so sick. I don't understand how y'all love Victor like y'all do, but y'all do, and I'm not gonna knock you for it." Let's move on, y'all. So then we see Nikki. What is it, Mama? We see Nikki, Diane, and Jack all talking, right? And as they're talking, um, Diane is making all these little remarks. Isn't it funny how the man that y'all brought into town ended up being he going stealing your jewelry, and now I'm free of him because of that. And I'm like, Jack, tell this girl to shut up. Like, honestly, tell her to be quiet. You love being daddy, tell this girl to be quiet. But because I'm like, you're rubbing it in Nikki's face that because she already know y'all did it, because she said, how was Jeremy able to get past my security? She said, but we've had that same code for years. And she said, actually, we've had that same code since you and I used to go there, Jack. And so she's already put this together, and she knows Jack did it. So she already knows that Jack has done this, but Jack is trying to act like I don't know, and Diane is rubbing it in like in her face, like I know, yeah, we did it, or whatever. Because Nikki said it doesn't make sense that he would go all the way to Chicago, target me, steal a piece of jewelry, and come back here and leave his reading glasses. None of that is making sense. Like, she doesn't believe it. And so around this time, Chance comes over, and Nikki is talking to Chance, and she says, do you know how he got into my place? Because there were no alarms. And Chan said, yeah, it's we're all wondering that as well. It's very mysterious. And she says, well, keep me updated on everything. But the way Nikki was talking, Chance already knows, um by the way she was talking, she doesn't believe it was Jeremy either. So then he talks to Diane and Jack, and he, he tells them that that Jeremy Starks was denied bail, so he won't be coming because he might be a flight risk. And they're like, "Oh, good." And he says, do y'all have anything you want to tell me about this crime? The same thing he did to Victor now." And they said, Jack says, Jeremy was a dangerous man, and Diane did everything she had to do to try to keep him away. And he says, so are you telling me something about this crime? And they were like, no, we're just stating that information. And excuse me, Chance said, it's my job to take care of dangerous criminals, not the citizens of Genoa City. It's not your job. But they pretty much said, I don't know what else you want from us, Chance. And Chance already knows, because he's getting the same vibes he got from Victor, Nick, as well as Victoria. But Nick couldn't live with it, so he was about to tell. But Jeremy and excuse me, but Diane and Jack are being mauled the word, but Chance already knows what's going on. So then Diane just thanks, when Chance leaves, Diane thanks him for defending her, and he's just been so kind to her. And y'all, they end up in bed together, which I already told you. I'm a fan of Phyllis, but just because I'm a fan of Phyllis doesn't mean that I want her with Jack. I do not. So I don't care that Diane and Jack ended up exactly where Phyllis knew they would, because Jack's a sucker and Diane licked him. That's just what it is. Like, she knew exactly what to do to get back into Jack's life and into his bed and into a relationship with him, and that's exactly what she did. But I said, don't y'all celebrate too hard, because If Chance stays in law enforcement, this is not over, but who knows, y'all. But I'm disappointed. This is really what y'all brought Jeremy Starks in for. Like, that is a waste of an actor. Like, y'all kept saying he's so dangerous, but he did absolutely nothing. But anyways, Chance goes over here to Sharon and she says, "Uh-oh, the look on your face." And he says, Speaking to Diane and Jack, I know that they're lying. And this is exactly why I want to get out of enforcement. It's just really, it made up his mind that he doesn't want to do this anymore because these people with money and everything, they just break and bend the law as they see fit. And he's sick of it. And y'all, that was The Young and the Restless today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It is the weekend. Be safe, be blessed. If you go out, just be safe, and enjoy yourselves. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you Monday for an all new episode of What Happened on the Soaps, The Young and the Restless edition. Goodbye.